Princess of Wales, has she truly been snubbed once again on the world stage? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. As ever, lovely to have your company. You know, when you go on royal events, I'll tell you a bit of an inside secret. Everything is planned to the eighth degree, as they say. You know, the royals know exactly where the car's going to pull up, who's going to be meeting them, the carpet, where they're going to walk down. The plaque has been shown to them in advance. They know exactly what's going to happen. This is because, of course, it's not about being dictatorial or indeed divas or anything like that. It's truly about security. You know, everything is checked out well in advance. Their security teams go ahead. They know exactly the fire exits, the doors, all the things that you would expect for seniority within the British monarchy. So really, this particular story is rather alarming when you think about it, because when you do meet the royals, you are told well in advance exactly what to expect. Perhaps if you're going to be signalled out for a bit of a conversation, not always the way, because as you can see with William and Kate, they do tend to go off kilter and talk to the people themselves. It's not as rigid as it used to be. I remember many years ago being in a royal lineup for a major film premiere, and King Charles was coming along the line, and about 10 minutes before, everybody was given a mint. Oh yes, a mint. And so they had to take a mint out of this tin, make sure that they, put that in their mouth and flossed it around, so that anybody who had, shall we say, slight odours, this wouldn't be put towards the king as he spoke to you. What a great idea, don't you think? Yes, I wouldn't mind that in real life with certain people, particularly if you're working on breakfast shows where people drink a lot of coffee. I'll leave that there. What's interesting here, though, is that this particular event with the Prince and Princess of Wales saw them visiting a London mosque who've done some sterling work, making and getting together a lot of money for the recent earthquake out in Turkey and the Ukrainian war. Very, very good work indeed. But it was this particular moment that really stunned everybody, literally the people in the lineup, because this particular gentleman who refused the handshake of the Princess of Wales really did leave her slightly shaken. And I don't mean that in a slight, because she was told in advance that would happen, right? Now, as you can see, Catherine herself has adhered to that particular mosque's rules. She's covered her head, she's polite, and she's dressed down. So is Prince William. So over here in the United Kingdom, people are appalled at this disrespect that the head of this particular mosque has shown the future Queen of England. Now, many people might say, well, that's his prerogative, he doesn't have to do it. But as I say, this was all planned out well in advance. Some people might say this has highlighted that particular story. Others might just see it as obviously a major snub of manners. I mean, a total lack of manners. And the bottom line over here is now, this is going to be looked at for future visits. What would people like to do? But as a lot of people over here in the United Kingdom pointed out, this is the future King and Queen of England. This is Great Britain, England. This is what we do. Now, if you think about it and you look at it in the bigger picture, this particular gentleman should have shown manners and respect for our traditions, never mind their own. On this particular occasion, it would have been the best all round to simply accept the handshake offered by the Princess of Wales and moved on, whether he wished to do that or not. By simply doing that, making it public, he's made his organisation and all the sterling work that he's done pale into insignificance, and as ever, more about the problems that he could have caused rather than the good things that they've achieved. I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Should he or should he have not shaken a hand? And should they adhere to our way of life? The bottom line is, maybe they're born here, but the bottom line is, should he or should he have not shaken the princess's hand? Is this a snub? Or more importantly, should he have simply just gone with royal protocol? Everyone else does, and they did on their visit to the mosque. It does seem a strange thing to do on such an important event, considering, as I say, what they'd achieved individually. It's divided a lot of people over here in the United Kingdom, as one can imagine, because that's basically creating a middle ground, They're stating they want their own rules, and we're stating this is what happens in England. How on earth can you ever get the two to meet and live side by side more friendly, shall we say? This hasn't gone down well in his own community too. Do let me know what you think to this particular story, as ever, in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of England.